Hello, this is Rob from That's Gaming, and this is just going to be a quick video to go through what I consider to be my favourite top 10 guns of Borderlands 2. Now this video is simply my preference. I'm not saying these are the best guns, I'm just saying my favourite guns, and I will explain why and why I like them. It will be going in reverse order from 10 to 1, so let's get started. So my number 10 gun is the Norfleet, and the Norfleet is a rocket launcher, and you can get this from Hyperius. Now this is the best rocket launcher in the game, and it's very effective of getting you out of fight for your life. In fact, I don't think there's a more effective gun than the Norfleet for getting you out of fight for your life. As I said, you get that from Hyperius. He's not particularly easy to kill. Obviously, if there's more of you, he is easier. But it's always fun to farm that gun. So, number 10 is the Norfleet. Number 9 is the Conference Call. Now this is a shotgun, and this is the only shotgun in the list. In fact, the Norfleet was the only rocket launcher in the list, and you will notice that the rest are made up of a couple of pistols, a sniper rifle, and many SMGs, because SMGs are my favourite type of gun to use in Borderlands 2. But going back to it, the Conference Call, that's a shotgun. Now you can get this from the Warrior, and it's just a fantastic shotgun. It's very effective. There are other shotguns in the game that are pretty good, you know, but with this game it is down to preference. So there might be shotguns on there that other people will say, oh no, this one's better, but I prefer the Conference Call to the other shotguns. Number 8, now we're getting into the SMG. So at number 8 we've got the Slagger, and the Slagger is given that name because it simply slags enemies. So what that means, when you slag an enemy, they just become a lot easier to kill. You kind of turn them purple. It's kind of like infecting them, if you will. And it just becomes a lot easier to kill. Now to get the Slagger, you have to do a mission called Clan War, Zaphod vs Hodunks. And when you do this mission, you have to choose which team you want to side with, whether you want to side with the Zaphods and kill the Hodunks, or you want to side with the Hodunks and kill the Zaphods. But to get the Slagger SMG, you have to side with the Zaphods to potentially get the gun. It's not a guaranteed drop. In fact, none of the ones I've mentioned so far are, but you have to side with the Hodunks to kill the Zaphods. Now you can farm these, so if you don't get it, you can save and quit, go back in, and keep killing the Hodunks until you get the gun. But it is an effective gun. It does make playing easier. On to number 7. Now, this might surprise a few people out there who know their guns in Borderlands 2, because most people put this as their favourite SMG. As I said, I'm a big SMG player. I will always go for SMGs over any other gun. But my number 7 choice is the Sandhawk. Now, don't get me wrong. I love this gun. It's brilliant. It's very, very, very effective. Especially when you can combine it with the B shield. It's a monster. It's an absolute monster. It comes in all elements, so you can get it in fire, in electricity, in corrosive. You can even get it in just normal, where it just shoots bullets. And the Sandhawk has a very unique wave pattern where the bullets, they come out and it almost looks like a bird flapping its wings, and it's very, very damaging. But most people, when they're going through their top SMG guns of Borderlands 2, 99% of the time you will find the Sandhawk comes out on top. Not for me, and I'll explain further down the list why, but now to get this gun, you have to do a mission called Whoops from the Captain Scarlet DLC, and it's actually a mission reward. So you just complete that mission, and when you turn it in, you get a Sandhawk. You get a variation, a type of Sandhawk, whether it's corrosive or it does incendiary damage or shock damage, but you will get a Sandhawk. Right, on to the next one, number 6. Now this is another SMG, and it's called the Plasma Caster. Now there's people out there that probably think I'm mental for putting the Plasma Caster ahead of the Sandhawk, but there's a reason why I'm putting this Plasma Caster ahead of the Sandhawk. It's because it's easier to obtain. To get the Plasma Caster, the easiest way to get it is by using golden keys in Sanctuary and opening up the golden chest. I have had many Plasma Casters from the game by doing that. So you don't have to do a mission. There's no, strung out thing that you have to do just to get a gun that, you might want a certain type of plasma caster. You might want a corrosive plasma caster or a shock plasma caster, and you could do a mission like with the Sandhawk, and you might not get that. So you got to keep going back and trying again and again and again. But with the plasma caster, you use the key in the golden chest. Okay, you get what you're given, the same as the Sandhawk with the Captain Scarlet DLC, but they are massively damaging the plasma casters. My favourite is a corrosive plasma caster, but again, like the Sandhawk, it comes in all elements. It comes in corrosive, shock, fire. They're all very, very beneficial, but it's just easier to obtain because the keys you can just get from going on Twitter. If you go to the Borderlands page on Twitter, or there's another page on Twitter called Shift Codes. If you go there, they put a code maybe once a week on there for 5 keys. You're not guaranteed to get one, but they're pretty easy to get, to be honest. And it's not just the golden chest. You can get them from other chests as you're walking on the game anyway. Right, on to number 5. Now, number 5 is a bit of a sore point with some people, because there's some people that don't like this. It's a pistol, and it's the Infinity Pistol. Now, I think this gun's amazing. In fact, every character I ever have, when I'm trying to go through the OP8 levels at the end of the game, I will try and make sure they've got an Infinity Pistol. The reason being is because every now and then you will find yourself in the game where you're out of ammo, you haven't got the opportunity to go to a vendor and buy ammo, and there's no ammo lying around on the ground. If you got the Infinity Pistol, you only need 1 bullet. So say you pick up a clip and it's got 18 bullets, and that's fine because it only uses 1. So those 18 bullets are never going to run out. Hence Infinity. You can get it in Elemental, like I said with the other guns. My preference for the Infinity is the Weapon Infinity, which means the fire rate is through the roof. It's really, really big. Now, to get the Infinity Pistol, you have to kill Doc Mercy. Again, it's not a guaranteed drop. One time I found him maybe about 50 times, which took a good couple of hours, but it is obtainable from that character through all playthroughs, normal mode, true Vault Hunter mode, and ultimate Vault Hunter mode, and it is a very decent gun. Right, on to number 4. Again, we're back to SMG, and this one is the Hellfire. Now, this gun is fantastic. This is a Malawan SMG, and it only comes with fire damage, hence the name Hellfire. You get this from an enemy called Scorch, but this gun is brilliant, especially against bandits, flesh villains, if you get my meaning. It's actually quite good against loaders, which are, they're metallic enemies, but against flesh villains, this thing is an absolute beast. As I said, you get it from Scorch. Again, it's not a guaranteed drop. None of these guns are. Nothing's guaranteed. But again, whenever I'm playing the next couple of guns, we're on number 4 now. The rest of the list, whenever I'm playing this game and I'm going through to OP8, I make sure I've got these guns in my collection. So that was number 4, that was the Hellfire. You got that from Scorch. Brilliant gun. On to number 3. This is the only sniper in the list, and it's the Lyuda. Now, the Lyuda is a Vladov sniper, which means it's got very high fire rate. Again, it comes in Elemental. My favourite is Corrosive. Now, you get this gun from killing somebody called Gettle up at Boot Hill. It's part of a mission where you've got to kill 2 guys, Mobley and Gettle. Mobley has a chance to drop a assault rifle called the Varuk, and Gettle has a chance to drop the Lyuda. Now, it does go under other names on different formats. On the PC, I think it's called the White Death or something like that. I can't be sure. But on the Xbox, which is what I play on, it's called the Lyuda. It's, as I said, it's a sniper. It's brilliant. Again, I'll always try and get it in my collection. On to number 2. Now, this is going to surprise a lot of people, because my number 2 choice is most people's number 1 choice, and that is the double penetrating unkempt Harold, which is a pistol. Now this could very well be the most damaging gun in the game. Everyone swears by this gun. It is fantastic. You would be a fool not to try and get, even if not the double penetrating unkempt Harold, a version of the Harold. So you can get the stiff unkempt Harold. You can get the I think it's called crammed unkempt Harold. But the double penetrating unkempt Harold is the one that gives you the most damage. And you get this from Savage Lee. Now, he is, again, farmable. And what I love about Savage Lee is sometimes you'll find him in Three Horns Divide. And sometimes when you spawn into Three Horns Divide, you can get 2. Now, Savage Lee is always guaranteed to be at one part of the map. Okay, and if any of you know play the game, you know where I mean. But every now and then you can spawn in, and for some reason, I don't know why the game does this, but it will give you 2 Savage Lees. So there'll be one right by where you spawn in, and then you have to travel around to, and if you don't get the unkempt Harold from him, you can travel around. So basically you're getting double the chance of getting this gun. Again, you know, it's not very often he drops a double penetrating unkempt Harold. It has happened. It's happened to me a couple of times. But I stress, it is rare. But if you can get yourself a version of the unkempt Harold, I suggest you do so. And then, number 1. Now, this has been my favourite gun in the game for a long time. I adore this gun. There is no other gun I would want more than this one. And it is the bitch, the SMG. Now, the bitch you get from the bunker. Again, this can come in certain elements, so you can get your corrosive, your fire damage. Again, I always go for corrosive. I always prefer corrosive over everything. But this may be the most accurate gun in the game. It's a Hyperion SMG. With Hyperion guns, sustained firing increases accuracy. So when you start shooting it, it's not very accurate, and as you continue to shoot it, it just gets more accurate, more accurate, more accurate. But the bitch has very high accuracy anyway. Most guns come with, you know, the bitch, it comes with different pretexts at the start. Now, if I remember correctly, because I haven't farmed for one in a while, but if I remember correctly, I think my favourite version is the social bitch. But, again, you get it from Bunker. This list is just my opinion. I'm not, you know, you might listen to this list and think, you know, I'm off my head, that none of these guns are good. But these are the guns that I try to get into my inventory to make, for me, the game easier. Again, going back, the bitch was number 1. For me, it's the best gun in the game. I'll always try and get one. So there you go. That was my top 10 guns of Borderlands 2. And depending on, you know, if this video does well, I'll do a top 10 shields, a top 10 grenades, class mods, relics, you know, whatever you guys want. So, as always, you know, if you enjoyed it, leave a like. Any suggestions or questions, leave a comment. And as always, guys, feel free to subscribe. Again, this is Rob for Thasus Gaming, and I'll speak to you later.